Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds.
Okay, so I'm kind of cheating because I gave a similar talk recently. And then it was titled, All I Really Need to Know About Love I Learned Playing Roller Derby. Yeah, that was like 7 months ago and I'm still single, so I figured I should change it up a little bit. And so this time I'm talking about all I know about entrepreneurship and playing roller derby. It turns out that the lessons are remarkably similar, which is also good because I'm launching next week and I didn't have time to make new slides. So I've been skating roller derby for about 2 years with the LA Derby Dolls. We are the world's premier bank track roller derby league. We have 5 home teams, so we do a game every 3 to 4 weeks to sell out crowds. We put the belts on ourselves, fully DIY organization. Nobody gets paid. I skate as Micki, yeah. So I'm primarily a jammer. I also skate as a blocker. I'm on one of LA's all-star teams as well. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to play roller derby, and then I'm going to go through 10 ways that that applies to running a business. So roller derby breaks down into 1-minute sections called jams. At the beginning of each jam, each team has 4 blockers and 1 jammer on the track. The jammers are the ones with the stars on their helmets, and they're the ones that score points. So the blockers take off on the first whistle, and then the jammers go. The jammers have to catch up to the blockers and fight their way through the pack. So like my blockers are trying to help me through, while the other blockers are trying to prevent me. Once you get through, you come around for the second pass. This is when you start to score points. So you score a point for each opposing blocker that you pass. Here, the pink jammer has scored 4 points because she's passed 4 yellow blockers. But you can see the yellow jammer is about to catch up and score 2. So the pink jammer, because she's in the front, that means she's the lead jammer. So she can call off the jam by putting her hands on her hips at any point. So she needs to know where that other jammer is at all times to make sure that she calls it off before the other jammer scores points. So that's how it works. You guys know roller derby is a full contact sport. Contrary to popular belief though, we do not use our elbows, arms, hands, there's no punching, clotheslining, that doesn't happen. We have legal blocking zones that include shoulders, hips, and ass. And unlike old roller derby, it's not scripted, it's not fake. We do a lot of practice, a lot of work goes into making a real sport. So 10 ways. The first one is you just gotta dive in. When I first started roller derby, it was pretty intimidating. This girl right here, 360, Chrissy Crash, she's 6'1" off skates. She weighs like 200 pounds, yeah. So it can be scary, similar to starting a company. Roller derby is a very mental sport. It's one of the only games where you're playing offense and defense at the same time. So you need to have a plan before you get on the track. It needs to be a flexible plan because once you get up there it all goes to shit, but the plan is how you know that the team is all working towards the same goal. It ain't always pretty. We put a lot of effort into being very cute when we play. We get our makeup done professionally for every game, but we're willing to do what we need to do to get the job done, and we know that sometimes to win, you gotta show your ugly side. And of course, there's a risk you're gonna get hurt. You know, if you start a company, you need to be, have a high tolerance for pain, fear, and failure, because you could get hit so hard that you have to take oxygen in the infield. Yeah. Thankfully, the girl who did that is on my team. Speaking about teams, the jammer can't score alone. You know, it's definitely a team sport. Once you play with your team for a while, you sort of develop this unspoken language. You can almost tell what the other players are going to do before they do it. So hopefully your startup team will be like that too. Also, you know, you can't innovate without trying new things. You're not going to get out of the pack first if you don't pick up your feet. So you got to be agile, keep your feet moving, always moving forward. It's also important to have a sense of humor. Remember why you're doing this. No one made you become an entrepreneur. It was your choice. The odds are stacked against you and your company, so if you're not having fun every day, I really think you should, you know, reevaluate what you're doing. And of course, you need to know when to call off the jam. It's not always going to go your way. You're not always going to score as many points as you'd like to because the other jammer is right on your tail. So you got to know when to call it off and, you know, make a graceful exit. And most of all, it's just a lot of work. You know, we practice like 4 to 5 times a week. Practices 2 to 3 hours each time. So, you know, the perfect game doesn't fall into your lap. Perfect company doesn't fall into your lap. It's really all about mindful practice and, you know, doing what you love. So, and, you know, with all the work it's really hard, but we keep doing it, keep trying, we keep practicing, we keep playing, we keep starting companies because you win some, you lose some, but importantly, you win some. So. borrowing and lending stuff with your neighbors. Thank you very much.